Hey guys, this is Joe Ham with the Fire Relay Team. And in this video, I want to cover a couple perspectives on analyzing a house hack. I wrote this blog here. I'll link it in the video. It's a couple pages long, so I'm not going to go through all of that. Want to make the video brief. House hacking, greatest strategy to get started investing if it matches your situation that you can do it. Two things you really want to look at. The first is when you buy it, and say it's a duplex, what is your mortgage payment going to be? And how much is the rent in the other units, and then how much is left over. That say your mortgage is $1,500, your potential rent is $1,100, you're left over paying $400 a month, which is incredible. It's way better than paying the full mortgage all yourself. Again, it's the alternative to paying a full rent and a full mortgage. That's what makes house hacking so good. It's not that you're looking to buy a cash flow monster in your house hack. It's looking to get into, can I get into an A market? Can I get into the sweet city neighborhood that I want to get into? And then also live extremely cheap instead of paying a $3,000 mortgage like all of my neighbors are. That's the hack. That's the house hack of house hacking. So that's the first thing we look at is how much is left over, because most likely you're going to have to pay something that's left over. Unless you buy something really cheap that covers an entire mortgage, maybe that's what you're looking to do, or maybe you're looking to get a different area. The second number is after you move out, when is that going to be for one? And then 1 year, 2 year, 5 years, and you fill the other unit that you were living in, where is it at then? Ideally, it is break even or better, or say you bought in a super prime area and it's maybe negative $100 and you moved out in a year. That's going to be okay too. But you want to know where that is. You know, if you buy something that's negative $500 and you're trying to move out, now you want to be like, ooh, I moved out. It's fully occupied, but it's still negative 500. Now it's kind of a burden. You're still making a ton of money through appreciation and principal pay down, but I can see what that cash flow still might hurt. So know where it's going to be when you're in it, and know where it's going to be when you're not in it. Now the final perspective is, well, which one should you go for? There's no right answer. The first one, you buy the cheaper house hack. It cash flows. That's great. You buy, but the alternative is this is your one opportunity to use a low money down loan, which maximizes the leverage of real estate investing. So you get 3.5% down FHA, a 0% VA, 3, 5, 10% conventional. You're going to come to a closing table with very little money no matter what price house you're buying. So you arguably want to buy, to maximize your long-term wealth, you want to buy the most expensive house you can and you want to afford. For example, you buy a $300,000 house. Say you do a VA loan, 0% down. Your closing costs, you get closing costs covered. I've seen someone come to a closing table for a couple grand on a house hack. And then in 30 years, that property is paid off and worth $1 million. So you came with hardly any money to closing, and it broke even for 30 years, and then it started cash flowing after 5, 10, 15, and at 30 years, it's paid off completely. It's cash flowing $2,000 a month, and it's worth $1 million. Versus you buy a $60,000 house, and you come to closing with zero money at all. It's break even when you're there, and then when you move out, it cash flows $800. Pretty great, but it's a $100,000 house. In 30 years, it appreciates to whatever that ends up being, 300 grand. So you ultimately made more money with the more expensive property, a couple $100,000 more money, but it was a longer term payout. Again, that's your call. Which one do you want to do? Those are a couple things I really recommend looking at. You can read through this more if you want more ideas. And then obviously any questions you have, Fire Relay Team's here to help. Good luck.